right, let's go over this entire guitar solo in one fell swoop, because basically Jimmy plays the same kind of stuff and it's extremely free. As I said, the focus is the rhythm section, the bass and the drums, and you've got the rhythm guitar and this lead guitar just sort of dancing around. So the first chord is a C9 chord, and over C9, Jimmy's going to play lines based on C major pentatonic. So he comes in bar 3, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So one more time, 12, 10, 12. Quick hammer, 8, 10 to 10, back to 8, and then you pull back. And then from this point, where this progression goes back to E, he's going to play licks based on E major pentatonic. And like I said, it's extremely free. Over E, he comes in on beat 4, so you go 1, 2, 3, 12, 14, 16, and then a. So you can see it's all very free, dancing around. It's all E major pentatonic, so you got just jumping around like that. Here in bar 7, we're going to go 10, 12, 14, 12, 13, 11, pull off. Then the progression goes over the A chord, and he just goes. And here's where these little expressive sounds come in that are augmented by the delay. When he gets back to E, he goes back to playing those E major pentatonic type riffs. So it's just. And then that sort of moves over to the B and the G string. Hammering 12, 14, 12, 13. And then he does these trills going from 11 to 14 on the D and on the A. Okay, then we're into the next 12 bars, starts over C9 again, and he just does some little noises. And so he strums 16th notes, which sounds very cool with the delay. And when the progression goes back to E, he's back to those same kind of licks as before, coming in on B3. So that's a nice riff there. So in bar 5 of this section, he again comes in on B3, 1, 2. Hammer 9 to 11, 9. And that's followed. In the staccato, you can hear the echo. And then he just keeps doing these trills between the 12th and 14th fret, either on the high E and on the B. And then he'll jump down to doing that 11 to 14 trill on the D string, wraps up that next 12 bar section. And then in the last 12 bar section, which is just all over B minor and A with the B bass and B, he just continues to play these riffs based on E major pentatonic. 1, 2. And this last riff is a very cool riff. You're coming in on B2, 1. So it's very free again. And then wrapping up with this little trill between 11 and 13 on the G string. Then the band stops and he goes, just hits the strings and then slides up the B string.